Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate Om Shanti 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 Om Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Om Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 10, Vibhuti Yoga, Yoga of Divine Glories. Arjuna offered prayers to Lord Krishna that he would like to listen to the description of his glories from his very tongue. And as a result, Lord Krishna is now presenting Vibhuti Yoga. Subtle point to understand. Brahman is the reality behind the universe. So the purpose of Vibhuti is to lead your soul to realization, Aham Brahmasmi. All is Brahman alone. There are three stages in leading your soul to Brahman. First stage is the Upasana stage, which is highlighted by bhakti, devotion to God. If you have love in your heart, then you are eager to see your beloved. Nothing else counts. The whole world expresses the beauty of the beloved of God, putting things in a very advanced order. That's the purpose behind Vibhuti Yoga, to allow bhakti to become more and more accelerated, intensified. And as bhakti becomes profounder, your vision of God in all things becomes much more extensive. Put it more in a simple way, you are being introduced to a profound form of divine worship. In that worship, the entire universe is a mighty temple. Each experience, you see a flower smiling. It has rung a bell. How many bells you want to ring? And you find the world has so much possibilities to let millions of bells ring. But don't go after all the billions, millions and billions. Allow yourself, step by step, little by little, developing that special hobby, special rasa, to experience the world as a source of inspiration, inspiration to God realization. And while you are experiencing, and also in this Your own body is the temple of temples, because your experience of the universe becomes possible through your own personality, through your own mind. If your mind is not operative, if the thought waves of your mind are not active, where is the universe? So then, understand the glory of God permeates your whole personality, from toes to the head, from intellect, ego, down to your physical body. So keeping that in view, Sri Bhagavan Uvacha, this 19th verse of chapter 10. Hantate kathayishyami divya hyatma vibhutaya pradhanyatah kurushrestha nastyanto vistarasya me. Lord Krishna says, very well, O Arjuna, the best among the Kurus, I will describe to you the most prominent of my divine glories, because there is no end to my divine glory. There is no end to my glorious manifestations. 20th verse. Aham atma gudakesha sarvabhutashaya sthitah aham adishta madhyam cha bhutanamanta eva cha. I am the self, seated in the heart of all living beings. I am also the beginning, the middle, and the end of all beings. Here is the highest climax of Vibhuti. You don't go wild into the world, look for Vibhutis. The very self in every individual is the divine self. O Gudakesha, Aham Atma Gudakesha Sarvabhutashaya Sthitah Aham Adishta Madhyam Cha Bhutanamanta Eva Cha. O Gudakesha, one who has conquered sleep. That's Arjuna's name. And that by that you are being pointed out to being satark, ever awake to spiritual understanding. It's not a literal type of sleeplessness. It's a divine sleeplessness. I am the self, seated in the heart of all living beings. All souls are like reflected suns, and God is the sun. So when you see any reflected sun, you are seeing the divine self. So every soul should be a source of inspiration. I am also the beginning, the middle, and the end of all beings. So wherever your mind goes, mind works like computers, like iPad. You begin your computer, there is a middle of it and there is an end of it in each plan. Even the idea of beginning, middle, and end, that is allegorical, not a reality. The reality, absolute reality, has no time. So there is no beginning, middle, or end. It's always, when you watch a show, there is a beginning, middle, and end of the show. But that doesn't mean anything in relation to the screen. The screen is untouched by it. So therefore, you are seeing the screen in the beginning, screen in the middle, screen in the end. Adityanam aham Vishnu, Jyotisham Raviransuman, Marichir Marutamasmi, Nakshatranam aham Shashi. Among Adityas, there are 12 modes of the sun. They are called the Adityas. 12 modes: the sun in January, sun in February, sun in March. They all appear a little different. But the sun that goes through 12 modes, that sun is the glory of God, the symbol of God Himself. Therefore, you are seeing through all the 12 stages of the sun, 12 months, God's darshan through the sun. Surya namaskar. The glory of the sun cannot be described. The whole earth is showered by the rays of light of the sun. Jyoti Kalash. Sun is the vessel of light. Everything rejoices because of the sun. So, build up a source of inspiration each time you go for a walk in the morning, or find time to have a little shower of sunlight. And during that time, whatever you see of the illumination of the sun in different ways, sometimes the sun is smiling over a little dewdrop, is shining. It should ring the bell. 2 types of movement should be there in your personality: ringing the bell and lighting up the candle. That's what temples are known for. Light up your insides and allow the mind to enjoy a divine feeling. Enjoying the divine feeling is ringing the bell. Lighting up is gaining insight and inspiration. So it's a great project of living in the divine temple. And among Adityas, the 12 Adityas, if you go into scriptures, these are the names. I'll just give you the names. There's no need to go into details. Dhata, Mitra, Varuna, Aryama, Indra, Ansha, Bhaga, Vivaswan, Pusha, Savita, Tvashta, Vishnu. Of all them, Vishnu is the predominating divine personality. So it is Lord Vishnu who is same as Brahman, who is being adored by you through the sun. Jyotisham Anshuman Ravi. And another aspect of the sun, Ravi. Among all luminaries, the sun is the illuminator. Marutam Marichi Asmi. Among Maruts are different modes of wind. There are 49 Marudgan in scripture, so don't have to go into details. Different types of clouds gather, and different type of winds blow along with them. But among all these 49, one type of wind that brings cloud that rains down nourishment for the plants and trees, that a special type of wind that brings rain and makes the peacocks dance, that is known as a Marichi. So among winds, I am Marichi. Nakshatranam aham Shashi. Among all those twinkling stars, I am the moon. This is not scientific study, it is allegorical. The moon shines, so outshines all. And the moon is the source of divine feeling. Bhavana is represented by Chandra. Vedanam Samavedosmi, Devanamasmi Vasavaha, Indriyanam Manaschasmi, Bhutanamasmi Chetana. I am Samaveda among the Vedas, Indra among the gods, the mind among the Indriyas, and consciousness in all living beings. There are 4 Vedas. Rigveda highlights jnana. Jnana is a topic highlighted in Rigveda. Yajurveda, that highlights yajna. Yajna implies, it has 2 aspects: ritualistic yajnas, where we invoke gods for different purposes, or yajna, where negative qualities in your personality, your anger, become sacrificed, sublimated into love. So that type of movement is yajna. Therefore, when you share knowledge, spiritual knowledge, or disseminate it, it's called jnana yajna. You do japa, it's called japa yajna, and so forth. And that Yajurveda is the source. And Samaveda highlights bhakti, devotion to God. Atharvaveda highlights vidhi nishedh. Vidhi nishedh means it highlights things that you should do, things that you should not do. It promotes karma, ritualistic performances, and archana, adoring gods. Of all these 4 Vedas, bhakti is the highlighted aspect of all the 4 yogas: karma, bhakti, dhyana, jnana, 4 yogas, responding to 4 aspects of your personality: action, emotion, will, and reason. But in order to come to a state of security on your spiritual path, bhakti is the divine key. If bhakti is not growing, you will not succeed in the practice of yoga. You will gain a lot of powers, a lot of benefits, but not real success. So anything that inspires you towards bhakti, that's the source of Vibhuti of God. Rudranam Shankaraschasmi Vitteshu Yaksha Rakshasam Vasunam Pavakaschasmi Meru Shikarinamaham. Among the Rudras, I am Shankara. And Shiva has different aspects with different names. Among the Yakshas and Rakshasas, I am Kubera, the Lord of Wealth. Among the Vasus, I am Pavaka, the Fire God. Among the mountains, I am Meru. Among the Rudras, I am Shankara. Just to give you the details, there are different names of Lord Shiva. They are called 11 Rudras. Hara. Hara, he robs your impurities. Bahurupa, Trayambaka, Aparajita, Vrishakapi, Shambhu or Shankara, Kapardi, Raivata, Mrigavyadha, Sharva, Kapali. That we have to go into big study of Shiva Purana. But without going into details, Shankara is the predominating aspect. Shamkara. Sham, that all that is auspicious. He who is the promoter of all that is good. Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram. Therefore we put these three together. Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram. Among Yakshas and Rakshasas, here Yaksha and Rakshasa both are positive. Rakshasa term is always used for demons. But Kubera is a god of treasure. And he has two types of assistant. Yakshas that protect your wealth. No, the Rakshasas protect your wealth. And Yakshas multiply your wealth. Follow the economical system. Your one is capital investment, another just protecting it. So both has, and all that here referring to the real wealth in your personality, what you gain by your sadhana in the form of your virtuous qualities, your qualitative state of development, that is protected. So that Vibhuti of God, who protects what you have gained, you will not lose it. And it not only protects, but accelerates it, increases the capital gain. Samskaras become purified beyond your imagination. Vasuvanam Pavaka Asmi. Fire God also has 8 modes, and that fire God is Agni. If you remember the Uttarayana Marg, it opens up with a fire. All spiritual activities open up with fire. In all religions, you have to have light, you have to have fire. Uttarayana Agnir Jyotiyaha Shukla. When you develop a fiery vairagya within your heart, that's the beginning. Then it begins to develop more and more along with viveka, a discriminative intellect, Agnir Jyoti. First is a general fire, vairagya. Jyoti, specialized fire, light that begins to reveal the difference between self and not self. Aha! When you begin to practice all the yogas in integral way in daily life, you are not living in vain. You are not under the negative sentiment, high, high, high. But Nirjyoti, Then you come into Shukla. Then the description is your bhavana, your heart begins to experience waxing moon of divine feeling. These again continue. Shadamasha Uttarayana. Then for 6 months of the northern journey, means daylight increases. Your vision has higher circle, higher circumference, more and more, until your vision becomes nothing but the divine vision. Aham Brahmas. Then it's like as if you have melted in sun. This whole path leading to the absolute sun. And that begins with pavak, fire. So fire itself is a great inspirer of divine presence or divine glory. Purodhasam cha mukhyam mam vidhi partha brihaspatim senaninam aham skanda sarasam asmi sagara. Know me to be Brihaspati, the guru of gods among divine priests. Skanda Skanda is same as Kartikeya, among the generals of the divine army. An ocean among expanses of waters, showing his vibhuti through scriptural episodes and scriptural personalities, has a subtle purpose. It allows your swadhyaya, to study scriptures, and certain personalities begin to give you great inspiration. So those turning your attention to swadhyaya, how to enrich your swadhyaya, and how to enhance your manana, these references are made by Krishna. So I am Brihaspati. Many times in a storyline, Indra gets confused. And he wants to rush up to do something. Brihaspati calms him down. He says, wait. Don't lose your patience. And Brihaspati guides him. And Brihaspati plays the role of Purohit. Purohit means priest. People are guided by priests in their sadhana or performance of yajnas. The meaning of purohit. Purohit, your body is puri, and one who can do good to your puri, good to your personality, one who can enhance and enrich your personality. That type of guide is called priest. And Brihaspati is pointing to that type of guide. He guides the gods in heaven. Skanda, the story of Kartikeya, Lord Shiva and Parvati. They had mystical sons. Ganesha came out of Parvati's body, and Kartikeya emerged out of Lord Shiva. All details I'm not giving you now. Details are all allegorical, so it doesn't matter. But Kartikeya played the role of being a general of divine army. The divine army are virtuous qualities. And Kartikeya is that aspect of spiritual wisdom that enables you to let all those qualities grow, blossom, and waft. He is the commander of the virtuous qualities. Therefore, his vehicle is peacock. Peacock gives you the splendor of all the qualities that spill out of his personality. Maharshinam Briguraham Giram Asmi Karmaksharam Yajnanam Japa Yajñosmi Sthawaranam Himalaya. I am Brighu, sage Brighu among great sages. I am the one syllabled Om among words. I am Japa Yajna among sacrifices, and the Himalayas among the mountains. Again, turning to the scriptural personalities, Brighu has wonderful role. Once gods were solving a problem, who is the most worshipped, the greatest of gods, and sage Brighu took up the challenge, took up that task. And he first went to Lord Shiva and didn't bow down to him. Shiva started twitching his eyes, started showing her anger. But Parvati Devi cooled him down. He went to Brahma, and he also did something insulting to Brahma. No adorations, nothing. And Brahma was also cooled down by Saraswati Devi. Then he went to Lord Vishnu, and he found Lord Vishnu was sleeping cutely. So he summoned up all his scheme and kicked Lord Vishnu by his foot place his foot right in the chest of Lord Vishnu. Kicked him hard. And Lord Vishnu wakes up and holds the foot of sage Brighu, saying, "Oh sage, please forgive me. My heart is stone. Your foot is so soft. Have I hurt you?" That type of reaction he never imagined. In storyline, Brighu humbles himself, but Lord Vishnu says that all my avatars will carry his footprint, Brighu footprint in his chest. And that's the sign of avatars. This is to be taken allegorically. You don't look for footprint in the chest area of great sadhakas. But if you have a humility of divine humility expressed by Lord Vishnu himself, you are holding the footprint of God. So all these stories create so many interesting ideas present to your mind in a very artistic way. And so therefore find Vibhuti of God in all these wondrous episodes, parables, stories given from the Puranas. And gradually Krishna leads you to find the glories spread out in before your very eyes, among flowers, among birds, among all your near and dear relatives, children. In all your experiences, again, the plan of Vibhuti is first to show highlighted, impressive objects, and then gradually lead you to even those objects that don't seem to give something profound, beautiful, but like thorns, they don't give you any good idea. But understand, if thorns were not there, there will be no flowers. So if you love the flowers, love the thorn. A thorn is a sacrificer. It does great good and is not appreciated. So even in characters who are not appreciated in the world, negative type of personalities, you begin to see a divine Vibhuti. So all this we will continue. Vibhuti is leading to Virat darshan. The entire world is nothing but God. And Virat darshan is leading to Jnana drishti. Jnana drishti, all this is nothing but Brahman, the Absolute. So, these three sections in chapters in the Gita, Vibhuti Yoga, Vishwarupa darshan. The third follows after Krishna, Arjuna sees Virat darshan. He is given, then Lord Krishna gives him instruction that in order to realize me, you have to go to the Guru and go through sadhana. So he does not end up saying that since you have a Virat darshan, you have attained liberation. No. All this is a special vision to encourage you to attain liberation. And that liberation is called Jnana drishti. So therefore I have turned it in three ways. Vibhuti, Virat, this is all Divya Divya vision, and jnana drishti. That's the goal of your life. And with this we conclude for now, and we'll continue. Om Ram 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 Ram. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om. Prayer for shower of Karunamaya Ras grace of God over all, and the blessings of Shakti, Bhakti and Mukti. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urvarukum Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshiyama Mritat. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om.